Milo, Jonathan, welcome back in Munich.
Yeah, it's nice to be back.
Your last visit here in Munich is not so long ago, for 4 weeks, at the Allianz Arena for
a very short visit, yeah.
Really, in your opinion, what's the difference between a normal concert and an appearance in a TV show?
The difference couldn't be bigger. For me, I didn't even remember that previous visit, because the days that are most memorable are the ones when we play a concert. But I played an acoustic showcase just when my album was released in the Atomic Cafe in Munich. In April, I think it was, or end of March, around that day. But of course, here last year in February, I played Zenit. I'm gonna play Zenit again in December. So Ampere, that's also Munich, or it's not. It's at least I've played over 5 concerts, and the promo things I do to get people to come to the concerts. But when I can play only one song, I can't really, do my thing. So I'm really looking forward to tonight.
But how did you feel when you play in this big Allianz Arena?
I don't know. You probably won't hear that I really liked it. I thought it was a little bit strange. They weren't really prepared for the rain, and it was raining really hard. And the TV production, they didn't even think about a roof. So it was a little bit of a complicated day for us. So it was okay. It's
okay. Yes, on Thursday the IOC decided that the Olympic Winter Games will held in South Korea and not in Munich. Are you interested in Winter Olympic Games or Olympic Games in general?
No, not so much. So I can't really say too much about it. I like snowboarding myself, but I don't really watch the Olympics. I actually don't watch TV. I don't really have time these last years. So.
And you not followed this decision?
No. Sorry.
Okay, to your album on 1st April it was released. North and South is one of your personal albums. After about 3 months in stores, what is your personal conclusion about this album?
Well, it's 3 months is soon to analyze a little bit. So far it's been going fantastic. I think a lot of people have discovered this album, not just in Germany, but it was released in Belgium, the Netherlands, Switzerland, Austria, some countries in Scandinavia, Spain, Canada, and so many good reactions. And we notice it because we've been playing lots of concerts, and every week, every month, we see that more and more people are starting to know not just the single of the new album, but the album tracks as well. So I think that's a really good sign. It means people are curious to find out the new album, and that makes it for us a lot more fun. So, but in my experience, it's always you need to give an album at least a year to really. The previous one I had to give 3 years, so hopefully this one will be a little bit sooner, because the previous album was released in all the countries between a period of 3 years almost. So. But this time, a lot more countries were at the same time when they released the album, so we'll see. But so far, it has exceeded my expectations. So if this continues like this, it would be fantastic.
Okay. And what's the difference between North and South and the previous albums?
It's the difference. There's quite a bit differences. There's a new sound. I mean, slightly updated sound with some new elements. The songs were written for the first time on the road between concerts, because I wasn't at home, so I had to for the first time write somewhere else, except instead of writing at home. I took more time to work on the arrangements. That's different. The previous album I made in a very short time. I personally hope and think that it's the next step for me as a songwriter, as a performer, as a singer. So, and I think the lyrics have changed and more clear, maybe, things like this. But it's again, it's the audience should decide what they think, in what way is different. Because what I really try to do is to keep the essential elements of my music and of the previous album, but still at the same time, because I didn't want to repeat myself, have enough new things in there to keep it surprising.
Okay. Okay. You're currently very much on the road. You play every day in another city, and tonight you play on the Tollwood-Festival. When you're on tour, you've got time to do some sightseeing?
Not so much, to be honest. But I mean, sometimes you have an hour. That can be, but it's not usually not really more. This is just July, especially, is in Europe one of the most busy periods. So this is tonight the 4th concert in a row. Tomorrow I have another one in Holland. So yesterday we were in Switzerland, the day before in Austria, the day before was in Switzerland. So it's a lot of driving. The bus is not as fast as a normal car, so it takes a while. You wake up, you do sound check, you do interviews, and there's dinner and there's concerts. So really, the farthest we go today is the park. That's okay. Nice. So that's nice. So we have bikes with us, and so we can see a little bit. But yeah, sightseeing is once in a while you have a day off in between, and then you can go see something.
Okay.
But usually not always on the dates of the concert.
All right. And which concert or festival you looking forward to on your tour?
Well, actually, yesterday I played at Jazz Festival Montreux in Switzerland, and so yesterday's concert and today's concert were, for me, among the highlights of this this summer. Something that I told everyone. This is. And yesterday, because it was a very prestigious and famous festival, it was already the 45th year that they organized it, so I'm in a long tradition of concerts yesterday. Today is special because it's the first time ever that I sold 5,000 tickets for one concert. I haven't done this in Belgium ever. So I've played at bigger festivals, but they didn't only come for me, so this is, for me, one of the biggest concerts this summer, so it's a special day.
Okay, and let's take a look on the future. On July 14th, you celebrate your birthday. Are you looking forward to your 30th birthday, or are you a little bit afraid, like other persons, when they are the magic 3 in front of the age?
No, I have no problem turning 30 because someone would have told me 10 years ago that by the time I was 30 that I would have done all the things that I've done now with my music. That's perfect. I mean, I never would have thought that I would sell 5,000 tickets in Munich, which is not even in my country, before I was 30, so I couldn't be happier. Okay. So it doesn't mean that, you know, I still have so many plans, so many things I want to realize, but music doesn't really age, and music, it's a cliche, but music keeps you young, and doesn't matter the kind of music that I make. Doesn't matter if I'm 28 or 34 or. Okay. So.
And you've got a special wish for your birthday?
Well, I just, for last few years I was always on tour or playing, and this year I just blocked that date. I didn't want to, because I could have done some promo in France, but I want to just hang out with my friends. Okay. So that was my biggest wish, because I haven't seen them that much the last few months.
And what can the fans do to make you happy?
Buy the album. Okay. Or buy a ticket for a concert after the summer.
Okay, and one day later, your second single, Little in the Middle, is released. And is it your favorite song on the album and your personal birthday present? That it was
is it my favorite? It's you have to know that when you make an album, you usually have more songs. So in my case, I only pick my favorites to put on the album. So the ones that I don't like as much or feel they're not finished yet, I don't put on the album. So the 11 songs, it's hard for me to pick a favorite because they're just different. I try to make a selection that is balanced and has a lot of variation. So Little in the Middle is one of the most up-tempo songs I've written and recorded. I thought it's perfect for the summer. So it was my choice, like let's go with Little in the Middle, and it's coincidence that it's Friday, the day after my birthday. Okay. But I hope people will like that song as well. You and Me has done way better than everyone thought it would do. So yeah, I secretly hope that Little in the Middle can do as good. Okay. We'll see.
And is there a favorite song on your album?
I mean, no, because every song is special for a different reason. So I seriously, I'm really proud of those 11 songs.
Okay.
I think personally they're one of my favorite songs that I've ever written.
All right. Thank you, Milow.
Thank you.
Have so much fun tonight.
Yeah. Okay.